Alright, here's our wall. East, bounding down, as you can see. I'm entering the grid, and I'm going that way today. And as I do, before I start, check the time. Elevation, 1260. That hike we did, which was further over that way last time, we peaked out at about 1900, so gives you an indication of the grade as we go up this thing. Yeah, lots of up with lots of rocks. So that video where, hold on a second, this is out. I could see this rock from 50 feet away as I'm walking up. It is out of the ground. Oh, I'd love that for my wall at home, but I'm not carrying it. It's just there. Anyways, the day I found the old growth tree, I came in to this square from about the middle that way, and I was trying to get to the back corner, but there was something roaming around out there, and I went over the wall to look, which is, I'm glad we did, because we found that tree. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is get up to that corner that I did not get to. See what that looks like, and then, you know, the usual. Spread out, go elsewhere. Jeez. As usual, massive. That's a big plate. These walls are crazy out here. A hole. It's small. There's rocks in it. Right next to the wall. Gotta check. Oh, there's a little bit of nail iron. It's actually more convincing looking of what could potentially be a cellar hole, root cellar, than the two that are nearest by, which are far away, but interesting to hear a little bit of nail. Well, that's interesting. Those definitely look stacked. I mean, it could be a cistern. It could be close to something. It could be nothing. It could be a natural phenomenon. A tree fell a long time ago, and that just looks convincing. And the thing with the nails, it doesn't seem to matter where we are up here. We hear them. But we'll keep moving forward. Keep our eyes open. I just checked. We've gone up 200 feet in elevation, and something is happening with the wall here. Oh, it's a correction. Nice, look at this. So here we are, going eastbound, and then 20 feet maybe, cuts over and continues eastbound. So it's either a correction. They started at both ends, realized that they were off, and did this, or there's something nearby, home site wise. Seems kind of unlikely with what I'm walking in, but it means something. And believe it or not, this is only the second time we have seen one of these like this, roughly right around 20 feet, as opposed to them, you know, getting to this point and just arcing it over to meet, which we do see a lot. That's a clear cut over. And funny enough, the other one we found, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, is actually way further up to the north. Kind of somewhat part of the grid. So that's kind of cool and rare. And now that I think about it, just for reference, the other wall correction we found was on a north to south wall. This one obviously being east to west. I don't know if it's improving or it's just a little bit of a miracle of not too bad. Here come the acorns at velocity speeds. You've got to look in and check anything that looks like this. It's kind of the null that you look for in the consistency of all the terrible land. Nothing in there, but as I step back over the wall, we've got to be getting close to the corner. It's decent, surprisingly. But we do find the erosion from generations of loggers tends to be not so severe the higher you get up. And I don't think this has been logged in a long time. Well, it's obvious by the trees that are here now, but I haven't even seen any early 1900s stumps or, you know, tree debris. And almost 1,500 feet. Yeah, so you look in on that side, plenty of stumps and such. Obvious difference. And as usual with this area, the higher you go, the steeper it gets. I can't believe I haven't made it to the corner yet. They skipped out on logging up here. This stuff is a lot older than the usual, the norm. Hey, Norm. Wow. And hallelujah, the corner. Wow. And it is a four-way. So this is the back wall of our real site. That took me 55 minutes. And we are at, wrong one, 1,700 feet. Now, 55 minutes to get to this back corner. You know where I started? In the middle of the square, because that's where I can park and get in here. 55 minutes to go halfway across one wall. That is unreal. Now what do we do? Look around. That's a beauty. Big rocks, big trees. It is just awesome up here. And old. So, I looked around in there for a bit. Logging mess. I'm just continuing up. That looks a bit traveled, and that looks unbelievable. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. And it does, it just goes straight up. That's a 45-degree angle. No exaggeration. In this. I don't know about that. It actually probably is steeper than I stated. In some spots, it is definitely vertical. Wow, I almost want to just try it just to see. And there's the wall. Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, that gives you a good angle of the angle. I seriously don't know if I should do that. And that is exactly why on that hike a couple videos ago I went 2 miles over to go straight up and then just come across. Because I knew it got bad back here, but this is just crazy. But hey, let's wall it in. Can you imagine that? Think about working in these conditions and pulling rocks and stacking them. I can't. Well, let me try to get up a little bit further. And you know, I have been hiking for most of my life, and I know it's not the up, it's the down. That is when most people get greased, is coming down. At least here I can dig in, lean forward. Oh man. You know I'm doing it just to do it, right? Holy crap. I'm literally leaning backwards. And gently. So as I look down and the wall goes that way, I actually lose visual of it. It's so steep, and then I see it. Crazy. I mean, we're getting to the point where we're skimming the bottoms of the plains. Sky. Elevation. Oh yeah, where are we? 1,800 feet. So I think that all peaks out at about 19 for the most part. 19 and some change. It doesn't go to 2,000. At least that I've spotted on maps. So I'm not going any further because, well, I'm at an hour and a half. I am going to leave the wall, and hopefully this ledge dissipates and maybe I can get around it. If not, we'll be scaling it. And we'll get to see what's inside this square a little bit. Not much visibility, that's for certain. Wow. It's steep, but you know, not too dangerous. I was gonna say it's steep, but it's not as rocky. had just slipped like that where we came up. That could have been ugly. Okay, safely back to the square we entered. Our junction is up there. Right. And the infamous corner that I've tried to reach on several occasions. I finally did. That up there where I just went was not right. And to think that's just another square we were going up into. It's too much. It's just way too much. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, because it's such a far trek down, wall is on that side. I'm going to get into the square a little bit and start heading that way and see what it's like. And actually, now that I think about it, if I don't lose the wall too much, I'm going to go back and dig up that nail. See if it's a square nail or what. And that was right in that junction of the wall correction. Maybe we'll do that. Go down, veer over, just check there again. Okay, I'm down at the wall correction point. I didn't film the whole way down just because I wanted to experience the straight walk. That's far. And I turned on the machine like 2 feet ago. I'm like, come on. Let's see what is way the hell out here. I know what you're thinking, and that's what I'm thinking. There's definitely a layer of ash. Yep. If you were thinking what I was thinking, you were right. An oxen shoe. So I looked into oxen shoes, and they have been putting shoes on animals for over 1,000 years. Alright, let's see if it's a nail. I'm telling you, those rocks look stacked in there. Yeah, that's a square nail. So, it's old. Assuming the oxen shoe is very old. Sounds the same, but a little bit more peak. I'm starting to think that this is not natural. So the little hole with the rocks is behind you guys, and then right here there's a row of rocks that comes out and comes this way. It is, it's way under the rocks. Yeah. More nails. And embedded in the rocks. I mean, that was deep. This to me, so where you guys are, is the little hole. And then it's almost like a chimney stack, but without the massive pile of rocks. But the square of a chimney, these rocks definitely have that feel to it. Something was here. That's something. So, our pit with rocks, and then right here, our row comes out to here, and then back in. Right there. And 2 nails. Oh, that's hopeful. If we dig a button or some type of other identifiable relic, I'll be convinced. Yes, I dug 2 nails, but I've heard several. And now that I've spent a few more minutes here, it's a lot more convincing looking. Obviously on the way through, I was on the move. Come on. Oh boy. Look at that. It's a button, and it's a tomback button. So, 1700s right there. Oh yeah. A little bit of scraping, and she shines right up. No kidding. And this is another one of those instances where we know where the original or supposed original home site is, inside this square, and yet here is another site. Maybe it predates that site, but nails, oxen shoe, tomback button, definitely configured rocks. Wow, what a find. Well, I just scoured the place. I can't seem to lock onto anything else, but this is definitely a very short-lived site. And you know, when I was up there walking around, I kept thinking about this and hearing that one nail. So I'm glad I came back. It's written in so many of the history books, and in particular the one for here, how a lot of these people, the father would come out, survey the land that they just got, build a temporary shelter, spend a season, probably a winter, and then would go back for their family. It's written like that many times. And then it says they eventually built their proper home. I think that is exactly what the case is here. And the wall back there still keeps us inside the early Massachusetts grants. So this is probably one of them. I will come back. It just might not be the day for it, ground conditions wise, because even the nails are pretty quiet. But remarkable. I am thrilled. This is what we're constantly looking for. Yeah, maybe one button, a shoe, and some nails, but it's still significant. And we'll do it again, and again, and again, and again. And I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.